Welcome back, Vikings. This is a short tutorial video on how to complete textbook assignments in our course. We're going to talk about how to open the assignments, how to find resources for the assignments, how to search for text for those assignments, copy some information from the text to your assignments, how to complete your personal definitions, how to answer questions, and then lastly, how to submit your assignment. Let's check it out. So here we are at a Schoology front page for a computer science course here. In order to complete this, you have to first go to where your weeks folder is. This is week 3. We're going to complete this assignment right here. Computers are everywhere. When you click on the assignment itself, you're going to see this pop up, which is basically a description of the assignment. And there's going to be a link right here to a Google Drive assignment. When you click on this, it'll make a file in your own Google Drive, which will basically be a copy of the original, which is seen here. As you can see, there are some vocabulary terms that you need to fill out, and there's some questions for understanding down at the very bottom. All you need to do is you need to find the information pertaining to these specific terms in the resources that are made available to you. Now, how do you get to those resources? Let's check it out. In our week folder, that is the week 3 folder in this case, it'll be different for each week. But if we go down here to the week 3 folder in our Schoology page, you'll see that there is a folder here called Resources. And if we look inside of that Resources folder, you'll see that there's a PDF file which will contain all the information that you require in order to complete the assignment. I'm going to click on this PDF file, and you'll see that it pops up with the PDF actually inside of a Schoology search section here. If you don't like all the Schoology stuff around the outside, you can click on the full screen button right here in the middle, and that'll make it to where you can easily navigate this with your computer without all those things on the sides. Now let's say we're searching for something. An easy way for you to switch between the different tabs that are available to you is you can press Alt and Tab on the keyboard for you to be able to see different things that you have open. Alternatively, you could make this half of your screen. You can make this split screen. So if I had this window take up this half, and I have my other window take up my my assignment, now I can kind of look at both of the things at the same time. I can have my my computers are everywhere textbook here, so I can read that, as I also have over here on my other split screen side, I have my personal information and everything here. So this would be a good idea for something for you to do, for you to get used to using, is split screen, so that way you can answer questions over here on this side of the screen while you're searching for answers on the other side of the screen. Very helpful. Now, something that you're going to note is over here in the very top right of the Schoology screen, there's a search bar right here. And this is going to be your friend for these assignments. So what we see here is we see something that says firmware. That's the vocabulary term we want. We can right click and go to copy, or we can, what I recommend is to learn the hotkeys for this. You can highlight everything and press Control C. So if I select this, you could either click and drag over the cursor here, or if you're using the arrow keys on your computer, you can hold down Shift and Control and press the right arrow, and it will select the entire word for you. Or if you're selecting from the right side, you can hold down Shift and Control and press left, and it'll select the whole word. Same thing for here, recycle bin. If I hold down Control and Shift and press the right arrow, it'll select the whole word. If I press right again, it'll select the whole next word as well. So a very useful thing to know how to do. Now let's say I just select one of these terms like firmware. I can right click and go to copy or Control C. And when I do that, it's going to select that and copy it to my computer's clipboard, which is basically a temporary memory location for text. Then if I go up here to where I have the search bar here, I can press Control V. It will paste that in there. I press Enter, and it's going to find where that term is in the textbook. Now you could simply read through the entire textbook and scour it and try to search for some terms. However, I'm going to tell you that using the search option will save you a lot of time. Not to say that this text isn't excellent to know and that you shouldn't read through it, but when it comes to looking for these specific definitions, this is how you would find it. And so now I can see that firmware is a type of program that is embedded into the microprocessor. Oh, okay, so it's something that's stuck in the actual computer itself. It's not something that I can load in. It's already stuck in the computer and it can't be removed easily. All right, so I'm going to go over here and I'm going to select the text. So instead of having the pan, where if I click and I move up and down, I can just move up and down. I could go over here and I could type this in, but it's not really necessary. Instead, you can go over here to where it says select text, and now I'm going to take that text that was in there and I'm going to move it over there. So I'm going to go over here. I'm going to say a type of program. Let's see, here we go. And you can just select and drag more. There we go. So I want to take this beginning and put it here. There we go. All right, so now I'm going to copy this simply by clicking on where it says copy. I'm going to go over here where it says PDF definition, paste it in there. There we go. I'll probably make it look a little bit better here. A type of program that is embedded into the microprocessor, period. All right. Next, I want to go over to here where it says personal definition, and I want to type what I think that means. So in this case, some of these words might be somewhat unfamiliar to me, and if that's the case, it's all right. I just want to see that you're trying to think about what this means. Don't put IDK, or don't put, no. You want to actually put what you think that this is trying to tell you. So this is a program that's embedded in the microprocessor. I would say that's a program that comes pre-installed in the computer. There we go, something like that. All right, so this already comes in. This is basically firmware is what happens when your microprocessor or your computer doesn't have a hard drive or anything to run off of. It simply loads up its firmware to see what is automatically put in there. And there's different things that you can do with firmware. All right, so that's what you would do. You type in your personal definition after you copy and paste everything over from the document itself on this side over here. I don't want Wikipedia entries or anything in here. When I'm looking for the PDF definition, I want what's directly out of the textbook that is given to you here. All right, and the same thing goes if we scroll down a little bit, you're going to see that, oh yeah, okay, there's some questions. These ones you might have to actually look in the text for. Some of them you might be able to copy and paste, but the questions are more me asking you questions, and you have to understand things to be able to answer them. So you can't necessarily just search for them. You have to go and look, what are the 3 most common operating systems? Well, let me scroll down. Oh, what do we have here? This is something that says operating systems. So I could, in theory, go up here and search for like keywords from the question, such as operating systems. Let me do that. Instead of firmware, I'll put operating systems. And we can see that operating systems says that it's not searching for it. Let me see if I put something in here wrong. Put operating systems. Huh, okay, didn't find it. Well, here we have something that says different operating systems. So this is where you could find it. Sometimes the search won't work for a specified text. In that case, you will have to look occasionally for things. Particularly in the understanding questions, you might have to actually read through and try to find where that would be. And here we see the most commonly used operating systems are found right here. All right, so this is how you would answer your questions for understanding. Oftentimes they'll have a certain point value that will tell you how much each thing is worth. So if you get them wrong, or if you don't complete them at all, then it will take away from your score this amount here. All right, and that's everything for text documents. That is everything that you need to do. The last thing that you're going to want to do is submit the assignment. So to submit the assignment, after you're finished with this, all you have to do is up on the top right of your assignment, it's going to show something that says submit. You just click on that, and your assignment will be submitted for grading. I hope everybody has a great day, and until I speak to you again, farewell, keep on